Hello, Player 3 here, and welcome to My Opinion, the Video 2023. Introducing a first on the channel, the first of an annual year-end event, my year-end review of the retro games covered over the course of this year's Retro Rewind videos. This year, I only have 4 games to show for each category. Each year I intend to have somewhere between 10 and 12 games a year. Anyway, without further ado, let's refresh you on all the games I played in 2023. In September, I played the first Warhammer 40k video game, Space Crusade. Not being a big fan of this game or understanding how to play it all that well, but I'm sure there's a category or two it could steal away from these other games. In October, finding one of my new favorite retro games, receiving my rating of 8.5, Earthworm Jim. There are many categories. Even with the high overall rating, it's hard to believe it will take every category I have here. In November, playing my first game for the Retro Rewind series in the 21st century and bringing the Nintendo 64 onto the scene, Conker's Bad Fur Day. And last and unfortunately least, in terms of my overall rating, Lego Island. Not my worst rated game, and again, there's a category or two it might win. Speaking of such, the categories I'll be covering. The Best Story. Which game had the best, most interesting, most unique, just overall most enjoyable story for me to experience in this year's games. The Best Character. The best written main character or characters this year. The Best Graphics, a difficult one since there is a range of different consoles and eras spanning nearly a decade this year, but looking for one that stands out from their era and what was most pleasing to look at. The Best Audio, not covering music in this one, but voice acting and sound effects, the overall quality of the in-game sound. The Best Song, now looking specifically for a song that just hit differently, that tickled that musical bone in me and stuck in my head even after the game was over. The Best Idle Animation, not every game has this feature, not even every game this year has one, but a good idle animation is a nice fun touch to a game. And lastly, my favorite game this year. I'm sure you could already guess that one as you can look back on my ratings of these games this year to figure out that one. Regardless, I'm awarding it here just the same. Let's begin. The nominees for Best Story. Earthworm Jim. An earthworm turned superhero by a fallen spacesuit goes on a mission to defeat the evil queen pulsating, bloated, festering, sweaty, pus-filled, malformed slug robot. Space Crusade. A squad of space marines enter a space hulk with different mission objectives they must complete while being attacked by Xenos and forces of chaos. Lego Island, a boy playing with Legos in his room gets transformed into a Lego figure and teleported onto Lego Island and must save the island from the dreaded Brickster, who escaped prison and wants to destroy the island. Conker's Bad Fur Day, an alcoholic red squirrel took a wrong turn on his way home and found himself completing tasks for a slew of strange characters along the way and becoming their king in the process, however reluctant he was to do so. And the winner is Conker's Bad Fur Day. There was just something about the journey of Conker and everyone and everything he experienced that was enjoyable and unique, regardless of how annoyed I got at the mechanical side, or how there were maybe one too many references. I found it the most enjoyable story this year. Moving on to the Best Character. More than often will be the main character. The nominees: the Space Marine Sergeant in Space Crusade. Picking one character out of the playable squad, the Sergeant led the squad and lived the longest, and was featured in the in-game graphic. Earthworm Jim from Earthworm Jim. No further introduction there. Conker from Conker's Bad Fur Day, the red squirrel. You know him. He looks like a table leg. And Pepper, one of the playable characters in Lego Island, and the one necessary to further the main storyline. And the winner is Earthworm Jim. I really liked his backstory, and he was just a lovable character. From the backstory, to the voice acting, to his mannerisms, a great character in my opinion. Now we have Best Graphics, a tricky one. The nominees: Space Crusade from 1992, the oldest game I played this year, with a simple yet effective design, and the isometric battle angles. I sure am a sucker for isometric games. Lego Island from 1997, Lego's first ever 3D video game, furthering the move to more and more 3D video games. Earthworm Jim from 1994, a classic platformer with many unique level designs. Conker's Bad Fur Day from 2001, similar visually to the classic Nintendo 64 games like Donkey Kong 64 and Super Mario 64. And the winner is Earthworm Jim. Another win for Earthworm Jim. Just absolutely stunning visuals. Not much else to say. Best Audio. The nominees: Conker's Bad Fur Day, full of goofy sound effects and a wide range of voice acting talent. Lego Island nearly had legendary actors for voice acting, but who they actually had, I was surprised and thrilled nonetheless. Space Crusade, no voices, but many creature sounds and action sound effects. Earthworm Jim, the rootin' tootin' worm and his plasma, plenty of unique sounds. And the winner for Best Audio, Earthworm Jim. Another one for Jim. There were some audio quality issues I could point out with each of the other games, but I had nothing bad to say about Earthworm Jim. Everything made sense and drew me into that world. The Best Song. The nominees: For Pete's Sake, from the level For Pete's Sake in Earthworm Jim. The Medical Center from Lego Island, while in the Medical Center. Residential area from Lego Island, while in the residential area. And Rock Solid from Conker's Bad Fur Day, the absolute rockin' beat from the club Rock Solid. The winner is Medical Center. I got you there, didn't I? I don't have a good reason for this one, just the vibes, and like I said in the description of this category, it stuck in my head even outside the game. I do have a few honorable mentions for the song category. If you would like to listen to them, it was tough to just pick 4. All terrific songs in my opinion. 2 more categories. Firstly, the Best Idle Animation. The nominees are, well, only 2 since the 2 games I had that had this. Earthworm Jim and Conker's Bad Fur Day. And the winner, Earthworm Jim. There were so many funny animations Jim played through while idle. And lastly, the one you already know the answer to, the best game I played this year, my most favorite game this year. We have Lego Island, which I gave a 4 out of 10, which does seem harsh, but I admit, the game just wasn't for me. Space Crusade, slightly higher with 4.5 out of 10, not as good as I had hoped it would be. Conker's Bad Fur Day, 6.25 out of 10. A good game, just lacking mechanically. And topping the charts, the winner, Earthworm Jim, with 8.5 out of 10. An absolute gem of a game. I loved it. And well, there you have it. My favorites in each of these 7 categories. Earthworm Jim, unsurprisingly, taking the win in most of these. Next year's, well, technically this year's, since it's 2024, hopefully being more spread out. This was my first of this overall review videos, so I'm sure it was a bit shaky, but each video is a learning process. Anyways, thank you all for watching. If there's another category you'd like me to cover for next year's year-end review, or any critiques or opinions on these games, please leave them in the comments below. That's all for now. See you next time.